Okay, so here we go. Let's check out question number one. All right, and see what it says. It says Jack needs 10 pounds of ground beef for a party. He has packages that weigh 6.23 pounds and 5.09 pounds. If he uses 10 pounds for the party, how much beef will he have left? All right, Jack, what do I got to do?
You add 6.23 and 5.9.
So all I'm asking you to do now, look, I know it sounds kind of silly, but you're going to write that down. All right, that's what I'm expecting. I don't, just watch. You know what I mean. You're in my class. All right. So we're going to write down 6.23 plus 5.09, and that is equal to, what was that, Jack? 11 point, what? Hold up. Hold up. Jack always makes an A on his test. All right. So just let me go through. Remember, we don't correct. I'm the one who does the correcting. All right. I will ask you, is that correct? All right. Then you can chime in. I know you did. So the answer is what? So 11.32 pounds. That's how much he has. All right. That's what's on your paper, right, Justice?
I subtracted.
No. Right now, this is what you have on your paper.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. All right. I just don't want the answer. And then what's the next step, Jack?
And then you subtract by 10.
Then you subtract 10. All right. And so now we have just what?
1.32.
He will have 1.32 pounds left over. All right. That's what I want. I am really concentrating on helping you with your ERBs this week. All right. That's what we're doing.
Does this work like the
Look, Gavin,
like
I'm
that,
not a
but-
babysitter, Gavin. You know that. All right. This is what I want. If that's what you have on your paper, I'm happy. I don't care if it's all the way left to right or up and down or however. This is what I want. All right. You're adding the two numbers together, then you're subtracting by 10. I end up with 1.32 pounds. That's what I have left. All right. So here we go. Next. Uh-oh, I did make a little typo here, Carly. But I put she down again, so we'll put an S here. All right, so go ahead. Now read it to me. Go. Carly, you're up.
Carly said $8.35 each week. She wants to buy a video game that costs $62.95. How many weeks will Carly have to save for money to cash in the video game?
All right, so tell me what I have to do here.
So I'm pretty sure you do 8.35. Can you add it
To what?
to 62?
All right, so here's what I got, Carly. This is what I'm trying to help you with. These are a little bit harder. And listen, for those of you guys who have a pretty good grip on this, do I mind if you go ahead and problem number 3 or number 4? I really don't mind while I'm trying to explain something. But that's with the understanding that you know exactly what's going on. All right? So, Carly, think about it like this. Let's say this, Carly. All right? And I think this helps out a bunch of people. All right? So listen to how I learned how to do it. Because with decimals and fractions, it's not the easiest in the world to see. But now listen to what I'm saying. So stop what you're doing. Look up here on the board. All right? Carly, what if I said I'm going to save $10 each week and the video game cost $70? How many weeks would it take me to get there? Shh. Now, listen to this. That was so easy for her to do. It was so easy for her to do because the numbers work out nicely. What causes problems for kids is when it's 62.95 and 8.35. Now they're panicking because they can't see the decimals as well as they can see the whole numbers. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
So what did I do to get 7? What did I add? Now think about this for a second. In your head, you got the right answer. Now you got to figure out, you got to talk to your brain and say, how did you get that? All right, I have two numbers, 70 and 10. How did I get 7 with 70 and 10? 10 plus 7 would be 17.
Oh, sorry.
What would I do?
You add,
Now look at, no, don't be sorry because you're learning. This is all I care about. You have the number 70 and you have the number 10. How do I make 7? You can only add, subtract, multiply, divide. What did I multiply? Yes, but 7 is not an option. 7 is not an option. you have the numbers 70 and 10. What do I do to get 7? Okay, so what's 70 minus 10? So that's not the answer. So we did addition, we did subtraction. Now what? So 70 times 10 is 700, so that's not it. So we'd have to do what? Division. Now look, I'm only talking to Carly because right now this is where some of you have yourself. You're not sure what to do with the strange numbers 6295 and the 835. But now do you understand what I'm saying? I'm saying everybody write down on their paper the 70 and the 10 for me. The 70 and the 10. She immediately knew the answer was 7, but she wasn't able to tell me what operation. Does everybody see that? So that's why, Carly, I did this. I wanted you to go through adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. And you came up with what? You came up with divided. So I would have to take these two numbers now, and I would have to divide them. Do you hear me on this? So now, what do I do with the 6295 and the 835? Meaning this number right here, what do I do with this number right here and this number right here? It's the same thing. Right, because again, listen, the only thing that I've changed was the what? The numbers, so your brain could go, wow, you knew the answer was 7. You just have to figure out what your brain did to come up with 7. And now you told me that it was 70 divided by 10. So now nothing has changed. The 6295 is actually the what? And the 835 is actually the what? So what do I do with those two numbers again? You divide them. So I want you to write down on your paper now, 6295 divided by 835. And tell me what that answer is. She's got it. She's brilliant. Everybody will get their chance, hopefully. If not today, tomorrow. What did you come up with?
7.538.
Okay, so now, are you allowed to work for just 7.538? Or you would round it. Now, I want you to be careful. When you don't get paid daily, some people get paid every what? Week. So you have to work, and then you get paid. You work, and then you get paid, right? They don't pay you first, and then you work second. Does that make sense? So now my question to you is, how many weeks would you have to work before you had enough money? Now this says what? 7.538, right? But you can't work 7.538 weeks. You're going to have to work how many weeks? 7. If I work 7, am I going to have enough money? No. So instead of it being 7, it would be what? Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So the answer would be what? 8 weeks. All right. Now listen to me. These are the kind of word problems. They're much more challenging than what we did. All right. Much more challenging. This is the thinking part of it. All right. Now, if you're not sure what I did, you can raise your hand and say, please help me out. Hopefully I was pretty thorough there. Justice, you all right back there?
Yeah.
You got that? 8 weeks. All right. Let's hear somebody from Miss Pliego's class. All right. You read it for me. Go.
So, tickets at a movie theater cost $8.48 each. A large popcorn at the theater costs $9.78. And a large soda costs $4.95. How much money did it cost 3 friends to go to one movie, shared a large popcorn, and half their large sodas?
So what do I have to do?
So, okay, I did this wrong. So,
No. Don't say that. Just tell me what to do.
okay, you add
Right?
$8.48. You add all 3 of the prices.
So what would I do instead of, you could say 848 plus 848 plus 848, or I could do what?
Multiply it times
That's
3.
right.
Okay.
So we're going to go 848 times 3. And how much is that? And everybody's checking her. Don't be sorry. Just you're doing the math. Keep going. Everybody's calculator should be in their hand. Is she correct? $25.44 so far, right?
Yes.
Okay, now you have to buy a what?
You have to buy a popcorn, but they share it, so it's
So-
just $9.78.
So $9.78, and then what?
You add it,
Okay, but what else now?
and then 3 large sodas.
So how much are the 3 large sodas going to cost? What would I have to do?
$4.95 times the 3.
And
14.85.
14 what?
0.85.
All right, so now what's the total bill?
You add that up. So
You add that up.
$50.07.
50.07, or we would say what? $50.07. Is everybody happy with that explanation?
I got 49.98. I must did something.
Yep, you did something wrong then. All right. Anybody have any questions with $50.07? Anybody have any questions with $50.07? Now, I'm going to add something to this. All right. So what I want to do is I want to see someone else in Miss Pliego's class who's ready to try to answer. Good. All right. Now listen to me. On question number 3, we're going to modify it. All right. When you go, that's going to be the cost. But when you also have to pay what? You have to pay tax. And right now the tax rate is 7%. You with me? So now how much tax do I have to pay? Do you know how to figure out that? What would I do? Put your hand down. Let him think. Shh. Uh-huh. Now, we're going to do 7% of, and what does of in math mean? Always multiply. So you're going to take the 50.07 and you're going to multiply that by 7%. However, what is 7%? How do I have to write 7%? Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Times 0.07. Do that for me real quick. Put your hands down. He's doing that. And what did you get? Read me the number. Like this? All right, now we have to round it to the nearest penny. So we would say you have to pay $3 and what? Now when you round to the nearest penny, remember you're looking at this guy right here because this is the nearest, that is the penny. $3 and, not 5, but 50. You see that or not? All right. So that's the same as $3.50. Everybody agree with that? Hold up. So I want everybody to put $3.50 is the tax. Now, who pays the tax? Does the business or do the person? The person. So how do I find the total bill now? How do I find the total bill? What do I do? Hold up a minute. Carmen, do you know how to find the total bill? You add it. Thank you very much. What am I going to add, though? That is correct. So you would add those two together, and when you do that, take out your handy-dandy calculator, and let's put off to the side here real quick. 50.07 plus 350, and Carmen, what's that? $53.57. Yes, sir.
I have a different way to do it.
Tell me.
So if I 7% tax, I just think of it as 7 cents and then times $30. Okay?
That's exactly
That's
correct.
what I did.
That's correct. It's because you pay 7 cents for every what? Dollar that you spend. That's a good way.
50 times 7 is 350.
That's exactly right. Very good. What?
How'd you know it was 7%?
Because I told you that. All right. It wasn't in the problem.
Oh, so
I
you
just
put
I
another
just
number.
wanted to create another problem. Listen to me. I just wanted to create another problem because we have so many people here. Do you hear what I'm saying? Thank you. So I just included, because when you go to the movies, you're not just going to pay for the popcorn and pay for the movie tickets. You have to pay what? You have to pay tax. All right, so that's what we did. Yeah, Ava, yes.
So, we're gonna have to do tax on the pen.
You're going to have to do all of these problems. That's why you better be careful, listen up, and learn. All right? You're reading number 4. What does it say?
Ava runs her first lap around the track in 4.35 minutes and her second lap in 3.9 minutes. What is her total time for the 2 laps?
So what do we do?
Add.
Yes. So we're going 4.35 plus 3.9. Now, again, I'm not kidding. I want that written down on your paper. I don't care. You have a calculator, but I still want to see how you got those numbers. Right? Because I want to find out where your mistake is at. All right? So my answer would be what?
8.25.
8.25. Now, in this case, we would say 8.25 what, though? Minutes. I want everybody to start doing better with their units also. So we paid 8.25 units. All right? Now, again, we'll do somebody else from Miss Pliego's class. Okay, read it to me. Thank you.
A doula has 122.83 grams of silver. He uses 45.7 grams of silver to make a necklace and earrings. How much silver does she have left?
So what do we do?
Do you mind?
That's all you do, subtracting. Very good. So on your paper, you're writing down 122.83, and you're subtracting 45.7, and so you would get
I got
77.13. Did anybody get that?
Yep.
And 77.13 what, though?
tax.
Grams. Thank you. We would have grams.
Oh, no.
Right? Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. Now, let's do one more. Miss Pliego. Anybody? Go ahead. Read it.
Students plan to run a total of 2,468 miles. So far, the 6th grade has run 273.5 miles. The 7th grade has run 289.75 miles. And the 8th grade has to run 291.4 miles. How many more miles must the students run to reach grade?
What are you thinking? What do I have to do?
Is it possible?
What? Which ones?
273.5, 289.74, and 291.
Good. Tell me what that is. What'd you get? $854.64. Does anybody else agree with that?
Yes.
Right. So now, what's the final answer, though? What do I have to do? Thank you so much. Do that real quick, please. You're gonna check him. That's exactly.
I got 13. I got 13.
So listen, I think what you did was you left off the decimal. You with me on that? So, Bradley, what was the answer?
1,613.
And it would be what? Miles. Make sure you put that in there. Yes, that's even better, actually. Thank you very much. Very good. All right. All right, Thomas. Where's Thomas at? You're up. Read me number 7.
Thomas can drive his car 24.03 miles on 1 gallon of gas. How far can he drive on 12.85 gallons?
Do you know? How do I figure this out? And if not, that's okay, Thomas. I'm going to talk to you. Do you know what you're thinking? What are you thinking? Let's start with that. Now remember, all it is either add, subtract, multiply, or divide, Thomas. You want me to give you a little hint? Let's look at this way. So I'm going to show you. Carly, this is what I'm asking you to do also. All right? I think this is hard because of the what? Because of the numbers. So now listen to me. What if I said this? Thomas can drive his car. Let's say, Thomas, you can drive your car 10 miles on 1 gallon. How far can he drive it on 3 gallons? How far could you travel, Thomas? Shh, quiet. Now, all I did was just change the numbers so it's easier for you to see. Thomas can drive his car 10 miles on 1 gallon.
Oh,
There you go, Thomas. It's just multiplication. Carly, did you understand what I just said?
Yeah.
See, because the numbers, Thomas, do you agree? Because the numbers are 24.03 and 12.85, your brain is having a little bit of a hard time seeing what to do. You see what I'm saying? So when you take standardized tests and you get hard word problems, I try to tell kids, make the numbers small so your brain can figure out what to do. You hear me on that, Thomas? So what do I need to do on this, Thomas? Multiply, you said. So now what do I do with 24.03 and 12.85? That's what I was trying to tell you. You understand me now, right? Make the numbers small so you can understand the math. Hey, does everybody understand what I'm saying? Because I don't know Miss Plego's kids very well. Miss Plego's class, you understand what I'm saying about that? You understand what I'm saying? Everybody understand what I'm saying? Make the numbers so your brain can say easily what to do. And then you apply that to the harder numbers. And it was easy to see that we just take what? 24.03, multiply that by 12.85. And so if I do that, Thomas, type it in on the calculator. We're supposed to use a calculator today, Thomas. Shh.
Is this worksheet?
Well, I'm going to tell you when we get done. Do we only have a couple minutes? 21. Okay, stop. Thomas, I'm waiting. Like this, Thomas?
Correct. Yes.
All right, now, I got to figure out what we're talking about, though. So 308.7855, what? Thomas, can you tell me? What units are we using? Well, no. Units like, is it miles? Is it yards? Is it gallons? Is it feet? It says, how far can he drive? Miles. That's how you figure that out. Miles. Is everybody happy with that explanation? All right, that's a really good problem. Really, really good problem. If you knew that answer without changing the numbers, that's great. If you didn't, but you understood what I said about making the numbers easy so your brain can figure it out, that's even better. Okay, thank you very much. Carter, where you at? You're up, buddy. Read it.
Carter bicycled 17.95 kilometers each day for 18 days last month. How many kilometers did he bicycle last month?
So
So it would be 17.95
38.95 times 18.
Yes. Now, at some point, if you practice making the numbers easy so you can figure it out mentally, you won't have to do that as much. All right? You good with that? 17.95 times 18, Carter, tell me. You're using a calculator. I don't want you to do 17.95 times 18 by hand. That's boring. It takes a lot of time. So what do we get?
323.1.
Anybody else get 323.1? And we need a proper unit, so Carter, that would be what?
Kilometers.
Kilometers. That's correct. Kilometers. All right, Bradley, you're up. Hold up a second. Yes, sir. Good. Did you have a hard time saying that was multiplication?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Thank you for asking me. All right, before we get to Bradley, I'm going to go ahead and try to break this down for you. All right, again, do you agree that this 17.95 is kind of hard to understand, right?
Yes.
So we're going to make it an easy number. What easy number would you like it to be?
18.
So let's make it 18. So if you bike 18 kilometers every day and you're biking for 18 days, how do I figure out the total distance? That's all. You with me on that? And again, I would have even done this, to be honest. I would have changed this 18 days to like 2 days. Right? So then I know I'm just multiplying for sure. All right, Bradley, you're up. Read it.
Bradley earned $8.95 per hour plus commission. Last week he was 32.5 hours and earned $28.82. How much money do you have?
What are you thinking?
So it would be 32.5 times 8.95.
I'm very proud of you, Bradley. Good job. 8.95 times 32.5. Very good job, Bradley. Are you with me?
Yeah.
All right, you writing this down? All right, write that down.
290.875.
290 point what? Now, Bradley, we're dealing with money now. Look at your calculator. I got you.
875 cents.
What? Bradley, $290, around that. So what are the decimal places, Bradley? Tell me again. 0.875, right? So this is a common mistake. Which one of those represents the penny, the 8, the 7, or the 5? That's your mistake. Because definitely not the 8. The 8 represents the number of dimes.
Oh, yeah.
True. The 7 represents the number of pennies. And then this represents a fractional part of a penny. You with me on this? So you would round that to what, Bradley? $290 and 88 cents. Now I'm trying to teach you something today, so
Oh, I get it.
you with me on this, right? And again, let's look up here just to make sure. Because this is the penny, we look at the 5. Because it's 5 or more, this goes up 1. You agree?
Yeah.
So it's 200. So you made last week $290.88, but you also earned some commission. How much commission did you earn?
$28.
So what do you think I do? That's correct. So I would take the 28.82 and add that together, and tell me what that is, Bradley. Anybody else get $319.70? Is everybody okay with that? Is that good? Now listen, I need you to put the 70 cents. You don't write 0.7, right? Because when we're talking about money, we're dealing with 70 cents. All right? What time do we get out of here, guys? I forget.
21.
So we got about a minute, right? So, okay, so listen to what I'm telling you. Hey, listen. What I would like everybody to do now for tonight is to try 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. All right? All you got is 5 problems. Try them. All right, I know they're sometimes a little bit harder. Remember what I tried to show you. All right, then we're going to continue the worksheet, so don't lose it. All right, hey, thank you very much, guys. Great job today. I need my calculators put in my box, please. Right here, right here.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No. All right, where are you going? Oh, okay, that's fine.